Amazing Jessie Show. This week, my topic is 5 reasons why God makes us wait. If you haven't watched my last week's show, which was waiting, the hardest part of life, I really encourage you to go watch my last week's show before you watch this week's show, because this is Waiting Part 2, 5 reasons why God makes us wait. I'm sure we all know the feeling of our phones running out of battery and us having to wait for it to charge. So your phone runs out of battery, you plug it in the charger, and you can do nothing but wait. And then you get so frustrated, even though it might only take a few minutes and it's just a phone. Even if you still get anxious, frustrated, just wonder when will it be fully charged. Like I said in my last week's show, nobody likes to wait. We often get frustrated waiting on fast food or driving behind the slowest person in the world while we're in a rush. But truthfully, we're always in a rush in life to get to the next thing or to the next stage in life. And this mindset is often in our spiritual lives. We're always rushing from the next big thing to the next to the next. And while we're in a rush, God is not usually rushing. It seems that God always has a plan and a purpose for everything. And the problem with waiting is that we don't have the full details. From our perspective, we have everything figured out, and we want God to work in our time frame. But that doesn't happen. God doesn't work in our time frame. And because of this, we often get discouraged. If we're not careful, we'll think He's mad at us or doesn't care for us or something. This also happened to Mary and Martha in the Bible, where they're waiting for Jesus to come and heal their brother Lazarus. And when Jesus finally came, they accused Him of taking too long. But God always has His reasons for making us wait. Waiting is a way that God helps people grow. There is endless stories in the Bible of people having to wait on God, such as Noah, Abraham, Moses, Joseph, David, Daniel, Jesus, Paul, and countless others. And through my long research, I found out 5 reasons why God makes us wait. So stay tuned. One, waiting has a way of bringing out your true motives. Waiting has a way of bringing out what I call the best and the worst in people. People who do not have great or good motives often give up fast, They don't have the commitment to see things through because they only want short-term gains and success. A lot of us, most of us, have good intentions. But a lot of what we want to accomplish is just an attempt to have a more powerful name. Have a good name for ourselves or for our egos. This is really hard to say, but it's often true. 2, waiting builds our patience in life. Like I said numerous times last week, we all need to build our patience. Patience in waiting for small things is just a step for patience in waiting for bigger things. If you can't wait for God to do a small thing, then how are you supposed to wait for God to do a bigger thing? The problem is our perspective is usually wrong. We think the big things in life are our possessions or our finances, while God thinks influencing and changing people is more important. 3, patience builds anticipation. Have you ever wondered why children get so excited during Christmas? Because the wait has reduced anticipation. The longer you have to wait for something, the more you appreciate it. Like, for example, you wake up one morning and you forget to eat breakfast, the most important meal of the day. And then you're walking to school and that walk is very, very long. You go to school and remember, you just forgot your lunch. And you've got your lunch money, so you can't buy any lunch, so you haven't eaten all day. And then end of school comes, you had to still walk that long distance home. Remember, you haven't eaten anything, and you open the door and you see your mom has baked a cake for you. You might not have really been fond of cakes before, but now that you haven't eaten anything, that's gonna be the best thing you've ever tasted. It's just an example. The longer we have to wait for something, the more we cherish it when we actually do get it. The reason we can read about the great men and women of the Bible is because they went to life difficulties with God. And in the end, they enjoyed the process with God and the promise of God. You know that God is just as interested in the journey as the destination. If not, all the biblical accounts will only be about the good times, not the good times, the bad times, and the ugly times of waiting. We might not always know why God asks us to wait, or wants us to wait, or makes us wait. But the good thing is that God never asks us to wait without Him. In conclusion, God has many reasons of making us wait. But one thing you should know is God will never make us wait for a bad reason. He always has something great, better, bigger in store for us. So all we can do is just wait. And remember, it's all about Jesus. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you. See you next Saturday. Bye.